Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right out here in the lab. What I do, what I do for you. I'm ready to do part two for the lesson I just got done with. So let's get this party started. Writers 25 rules to live by storytelling. Story with a message. Message of the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. We got a good thing going. I appreciate you. Let's rock. Right Thinkers mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual discipline employed daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers do just that, know themselves. Today I got the book out. Let's go. So let me get the question out and get this out the way so I can wrap this lesson up for you. Hope you're getting it. Hope you're enjoying it. Know thyself is the question I ask every day. The answer is up for you to come up with. If not today, keep working on it. Stay tuned. I got you. Go. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. I don't think they're tuning it to me. I disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not should be checking me out. They're simple. I can teach them. That's what I do. You hope you appreciate it. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know is a waste of my time and dangers. I avoid them. You should too. A person who knows but knows not that they know, caveat, is asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. I'm here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. I left off the last lesson we talking about. First started out with karma and reincarnation. I took you through that. Then I brought you over here to the yoga and religion to show you the difference. We just did the religious concept. I just finished up with the religion. Now we're going to talk about yoga right quick. I'm going to wrap this up. I think I've done this before, but I'm reading from the book this time. Usually I did on my own. Let's go. The disciplines of yoga fall under 5 major categories. Major mean the one that they count. It's a whole lot more, but 5 majors, okay? These are yoga of wisdom. That's what I think of philosophy practice. That yoga of wisdom's my favorite. That's when you learn the Asarian myth. Asar, I said Haru, that's the yoga of wisdom. Then you got yoga of devotional love. That's showing devotion to God. When you got God on your mind, God conscious, another one of my favorites. I'm God conscious. So I show devotional love in my rituals of praying on a weekly, daily basis, going to the ritual, going to church and fellowship, and again, showing worship and devotion to God and following the rules. Simple. Ain't hard to do. Then you got yoga of meditation. Another one of my favorites. Practice that one too. Now, you hear me say I practice. Why? Because I got 10 years of practicing meditation, yoga. Okay? So these are things I'm familiar with. I've been doing them now, so I can speak for that. Next one is meditation every day. Just practice that. I tell anybody, if you stressing, if you have an issue and you don't know how to meditate, you're going to have more problems. Learn how to shut it down, cut it down, and get some relief and find some peace and harmony within yourself. Don't let the world beat you down. Okay, that's the purpose of meditation, to unite you with your higher self. Y'all become one. Sit in lotus position. No, it's sit in meditation and let it come to you. Okay, when your third eye open, the pineal glands active, you get downloaded information. That's not the lesson. Then the favorite, or my least favorite, Tantra yoga. Okay, I'm not flipping, folding my legs up and getting them in position. I can tell you, I don't do that. I go to the gym for that. I got Planet Fitness for that. So that's the one I don't practice. Know it, understand it, see it, don't practice it. Okay, so that's just what I mean. Next one, yoga of selfless action. Bam, another one of my favorites. Why? Because within these categories, There are subsidiary forms which are part of the main disciplines. The important point to remember is that all aspects of yoga can and should be used in an integral fashion, meaning the situation calls for devotion, that's when you use. Situation calls for tantra, you know what I mean? But that's what you want to use, okay? Self service, that's what I employ on a regular basis. Wisdom, I practice that again on a daily basis. So you do them according to what suits you. Therefore, watch this. Well, yeah, integral fashion to what effect and efficient and harmonized spiritual movement in the practitioner, meaning you. If you practice this, you do it on a daily, regular basis, you get better at it, you become proficient, it becomes muscle memory. And therefore, while they may be in an area of special emphasis, you might pick one like, I know they're my favorites, but there are other elements that are bound to become what? Part of the yoga program as needed. You adapt to the situation. For example, while the Yogian may place emphasis on personally my favorite, yoga of wisdom. But now doing that, I may also practice devotional yoga again, and also meditation yoga along with the wisdom studies. So you can incorporate them all. It's good to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them. So I took and learned them all. I implement and use the ones that suits me. Tantra don't do me. Understand that? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So watch this. So now the practice of any discipline that what leads to one, excuse me, the practice of any discipline that leads to oneness with supreme consciousness is called yoga. Egyptian yoga don't make a difference. But if you study, rationalize, and reflect upon the teachings, you are what? Practicing yoga of wisdom. There we go. That's what I do. And if you meditate upon these teachings, of your higher self, again, you're practicing yoga of meditation. Another one of mine that I practice daily. If you practice rituals which identify you with your spiritual nature, you are practicing yoga of ritual identification. See, whatever area it is, you practice and get proficient, now you know, which is part of, watch this, the yoga of wisdom and the yoga of devotional love of the divine. That means the two combined gives you the ritual of what? Identification. Beautiful thing. Let me get this over here. We got almost there. Okay, we're doing good. I can get this in. I'm gonna make this through. I like that. You develop your physical nature. I do mine at the gym. And your psychic energy centers. That's your chakras, aka Kundalini. You are practicing serpent, Harat, Shakem yoga. That's yoga, serpent yoga. When I tell you about Isis and Nephthys, they the serpents representing going up the staff of the Caduceus, the staff of Tahuti. Another lesson, but that's what it means. With part of Tantric yoga, when you got all this going on, you should understand all these different aspects and concepts that you can practice for yourself. Watch this. Now, if you practice living according to the teachings of ethical behavior, selflessness, you are practicing my favorite yoga of action, aka Maya Win, in your daily life. Bam. Everything I do, I want you to understand, it's got to be done daily. If you practice turning your attention towards the divine by developing love for the divine, then it is called devotional yoga or yoga of divine love. But you are showing devotion to God. That means you living, doing, and being right. I do that too. Practice that one too. Okay, why? Because without showing devotion, there's no worship. There's no praise. That's what that means. Okay, so same thing. See? The practitioner of yoga is called a yogian, male practitioner, or yogini, the female practitioner, and one who has attained the culmination of yoga union with the divine is called a yogi. In this manner, yoga has been developed into many disciplines which may be used in an integral fashion, and I do it daily to what? Achieve the same goal. What's that goal? Spiritual enlightenment. In this booklet, we will concentrate on what? The practice of yoga meditation. Why? Because that's what this book is. I got plenty of books. So I just go in there and pick out a nice little lesson and bring it to you. That's what I'm doing now. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me get this done. Okay. Yoga is a tradition which has established a long proven record of what? Success. If that ain't enough, let me finish. In teaching those who desire to discover the self, their higher self. If you don't want to better yourself, if you ain't looking for more, but you shouldn't be turning to me. Why? Because that's what I'm about. If that ain't what you're about, you don't want me. Why? Because I'm trying to get you to do something for yourself. The traditional approach, watch this, to yoga instruction has been broken up into 3 stages. Here we go. These are, number 1, students, hear me, because the first lesson is listening. Number 2, reflecting. Don't just listen, hear. Let it resonate. Reflect on what you heard, okay? And then you meditate on it. In a broad sense, you will be instructed in this same manner, watch this, throughout this book in the series. First, you will receive the teaching. That's listening. Then you will be assisted in reflecting on that teaching and incorporating it into your daily life. You will then be instructed, tuning in, paying attention, getting your instructions on how to what? Intensify your reflective movements and gradually reach a meditative state of concentration on what? The divine, aka God. A practitioner of yoga must be able to integrate the main practices of yoga into your daily life. You can't practice this every now and then. You can practice it when you feel like it. Sorry. Daily life. It becomes a way of life. That's why right thinking is a lifestyle, not a fad. No, it's a way of life. This means that what? You need to begin adding small amounts of time for what? Prayer. I tell people I pray every day. They freak out. Okay, it ain't about what you can see. It ain't about that. Understand that that's what I do. And whether you know it or not, I'm a prayer warrior on the prayer line tonight on Wednesdays. And I pray for all those who I care for, know, and want to put in the word in for God for them. I pray for everybody. Okay. Now, repetition of the divine name, Heka. That means you can call God by his name. Yahweh, Jesus Christ. Some say Yahweh. Some say Allah. Whatever you call him by. But remember, you're using words. Words have power. Let there be, and there was. When we think and think and conceive a concept, we can achieve that. We can manifest whatever we conceive. Okay, you can achieve whatever you can achieve whatever you conceive. But watch this: the divine name, and you exercise. Your exercise includes what? Proper breathing techniques. Everybody, I cannot breathe. No. I told you I watched the hour-long show of breathing techniques. There's a whole bunch of different ones. Native Americans got their own. China got their own. So everybody got their own. Indians got their own breathing techniques. So yeah, practice YouTube that and breathing. Okay. Study of what? The teachings. Silence. Selfless service. These are things that improve your character. Meditation and daily what? Reflection. This also means that you will what? Gradually reduce what? The practices which go against yoga movement as you gain more time for what? Shita, spiritual practice, getting to know your higher self through prayer and meditate and being quiet. What do God say? Still yourself to do what? Know that I am God. He wants your attention. That means stop. Still yourself. Let me wrap this up. It's getting a little long. Now I'm wrapping up with integral yoga, my favorite. This is the one I practice every day. Why? You'll see why in a minute. Let me break it down for you. The personality of every human being is somewhat different. We're all unique in our own way. And I hate when people say he broke the mold when he made me. And yours wasn't the first, it wasn't the last or the only. So calm down. We all different in some way from each other. However, the sage of yoga have identified four basic factors which are common to all human personalities. These factors are emotions. You have to be able to control your emotions. You do that with what? Reasoning, logic, understanding, and then right action, doing what's right, not just doing something for the sake of doing it. And the last one is will. You have to understand what your will is. Everybody's will is different, okay? But it's all based on these four concepts. Watch this. Now, this means that in order for a human being to evolve, all these aspects of the personality must progress in an integral fashion, meaning all got to simultaneously rise together. Therefore, four major forms of yoga disciplines have evolved, and each is specifically designed to what? Promote a positive movement in one of the areas of personality. So each one of these areas, the yoga of devotional love enhances and harnesses what? The emotional aspect of a human personality and directs it towards what? The higher self. I love this. After that, you go, oh, here, the yoga of wisdom. It enhances and harnesses the reasoning aspect of the human personality. Here you go. And directs it towards what? Again, the higher self. The yoga of action enhances and harnesses the of movement and behavior aspect of, excuse me, the behavior aspect in a human personality and directs it again toward the higher self. The yoga of meditation enhances and harnesses the willing aspect in a human personality and directs it toward the higher self. Every area and every yoga concept, whether it be the five major, the integral, all have one thing in common: directs you towards your higher self. Thus, yoga is a discipline of spiritual living which transforms every aspect of the personality in an integral fashion, leaving no aspect of the human personality behind. This is important because an unbalanced movement will lead to frustration, more ignorance, more distractions, and more illusions, leading away from what? The higher self. All the yoga form takes you towards your higher self. All the stuff that's negative takes you away your higher self. Watch this. For example, if a person develops the reasoning aspect of personality, he or she may come to believe that they have discovered their higher self. False sense of security. Watch this. However, when it comes to dealing with some problem of life, such as a death of a loved one, they freak out. They cannot control their emotions. So did they really discover? Nope. Or if they are tempted to do something unrighteous, wrong, knowingly, watch this, such as smoking, they cannot control their actions and have no will power to resist. If your will is strong, you have weak constitution. Simple. The vision of self-effort and repeated practice daily. There is a very simple philosophy behind integral yoga. Here we go. During the course of the day, you may find yourself doing various activities. Yeah. Sometimes you will be quiet. At other times, you will be busy at work. At other times, you might be interacting with people, etc. Busy doing what you do. Integral yoga gives you what? The opportunity to practice yoga when? All the time. I say stay God conscious. That means I'm focused. When you have quiet time, you can practice meditation. When you're at work, you can practice righteous actions and selfless service. You integrate that in your daily life, whatever it is. When you have leisure time, watch this. You can study, that's my favorite, and reflect on the teachings. And when you feel the sentiment of love for a person or object you like, you can practice remembering the divine self who made it possible for you to what? Experience the company of those personalities or the opportunity to acquire those objects in life. From a higher perspective, you can practice reflecting on how the people and objects in creation are expressions of the divine. We all from the same person. And this movement will lead you to what? A spontaneous and perpetual state of ecstasy, peace, aka, and my favorite, bliss, which are the hallmarks of what? A spiritually enlightened being. The purpose of integral yoga is therefore to promote integration of what? The whole personality of the human being, which will lead to complete spiritual enlightenment. Thus, integral yoga should be understood as the most effective method to practice mystical spirituality, aka that's right thing of philosophy at its best. That's my time. I got to go. Hope the lesson was informative. You know I got more.